Data viewers, the Colonel speaking to you live from the Preceptory for British Imperial YouTube Broadcasting. And what have I got to show you today? Well, it's something absolutely unique. I hear you cry, that's a 101. What's unique about that? They made millions of them. And indeed they did. It is a coloured one, so there are slightly fewer about as they were more expensive and not so many people bought them. But let's have a look. What could be unique about it? Looks all unique. In fact, I'm not even going to play it to you because it'll sound just like any other 101. Retailed by Miller & Son of Cambridge. Sole agents for his master's voice gramophones. Well, that's the clue. Now, if I shut the lid, you'll see something unusual. Very shiny. That's a sheet of celluloid. I'll just put you down a minute. Have a look at my records. And whilst I remove the celluloid, it is permanently affixed. And jolly good it is too, that it's there. Because when I got this machine, it was the same colour as this thing. Or that thing really, through nicotine. Here's what's unique about it. Let's get some more light here. There we are. Oxford and Cambridge Centenary Boat Race 1829 to 1929. And underneath you've got the Cambridge crew and the Oxford crew who were rowing or competing. Where are my notes? There we are. There they are. Right. The Cambridge crew, who were the winners by the way, E.N. Norman Butler of Trinity, R.J. Ells, R.A. Davis Cook, R. Beasley, M.H. Warriner, J.B. Collins, C.E. Wool Lewis, and T.A. Brocklebank of Trinity, and A.L. Sully, who was the cox from Selwyn College. And then we go on to the Oxford crew, who were P.D. Barr of Trinity, G.E. Godber of New College, C.F. Joel Brockdorf of Pembroke, J.M. MacDonald of Magdalen, H.C. Morfitt of Brasenose College, J.A. Ingalls of Magdalen, D.E. Tin of University College, and A. Graham of Brasenose College, with G.V. Stopford of New College as cox. So there we are, viewers. And you could have bought this unique item this week, or last week. It was available in public auction. Now, I was on the phone to the squire when I noticed this come up in the lists. I said to him, "What do you think of that?" And he sort of gasped and said, well, his father, I should say, was part of the rowing crew in Oxford. Forgotten the name of the Neptune Rowing Club. So, you know, he may have known. Well, probably did know most of the rowing. Anyway, that's beside the point. He said 3 to 500. I thought, yeah, 3 to 500. An ordinary coloured 101's what, 120 to 200, depending on condition. Maybe slightly more on a good day on eBay with the wind behind it. Anyway, I didn't know what to bid, so I rang a friend of mine who deals in sporting goods and rowing items, that sort of thing. Well, I was rather cautious in what I told him because he has a computer and eyes and fingers to operate keys with large numbers on. So I said to him, "What do you think such a thing might be worth?" He said, "Well, I would think £1,200–1,500, maybe more if I didn't have an immediate customer for it and just wanted to put it in the shop as an item of stock and wait for the right chap to come along." And I said, "But do you have a customer for it?" He said, "Oh, I might have." Anyway, I took his 12 to 1,500 as a rough guide and left £1,000, which with commission and delivery and that would have been about 1,300 quid. So not a huge amount in it, but I felt, you know, a unique item, one can ask a unique price. It's always been my motto. What happened? Well, obviously I bought it. Started at £50, ended at 80. Absolutely astonishing. No fault of the auctioneers, I should stress. They advertised it perfectly. It was anybody could have spotted it, any of the UK trade. They're not busy buggering each other, or collectors. They've been doing that for many a long year. Or any UK collector. What were they up to? Taking drugs or something? You know, harvesting cannabis on the Herefordshire-Worcestershire border, perhaps? Who knows? Anyway, or Gloucestershire border. I don't know, viewers, but they didn't bid. Extraordinary, why not? After the hammer went down, I thought, oh my God, what's wrong with it? Is it a fake? Is it something knocked up for a stage production? Well, of course, it'd be no good for a stage production or a film or something because it's, you know, it's properly done. All these lines are incised, and those are the signatures of the crews. I don't know whether they ever met again or anything. So I after I got it and arrived, I unpacked it, everything was working, cleaned it up, and I spoke to a friend of mine, my friend who I spoke about earlier, sent him some photos, and he said, oh yes, he said, I've got a client very interested in boat race memorabilia, collects oars and things like that, so I don't really want to know about his personal life. He didn't laugh. Some people don't have a sense of humour, I'm afraid, viewers. So I said, well, what would he pay? He said, well, you know, we agreed 1,500, didn't we? I said, we didn't agree any amount. I said, he mentioned his client was very high up in the pop world. That wasn't a very good thing to do, was it, viewers? So I thought, well, £10,000 wouldn't make too much of a dent in his pocket. Wouldn't make a dent at all, I'm sure. You know, if he has the things pop people have, sort of sports cars and that, they cost hundreds of thousands of pounds, don't they? And if he's a mad keen collector, which was also a phrase my friend used, I thought, oh, 10,000? 12? 15? Who knows? Luckily he's a man of the world, he knows I've got this and that. So anyway, my friend said, what do you want for it? And I said, well, you know, 10, 12,000. Well, he managed to fall off his chair and put the phone down at the same time, which is a neat trick. About half an hour later he rang up. He said, my friend's very keen to see this. He'll be in the UK just before Christmas. Can he come and see you at the Preceptory? I said, certainly, why not? He said, have you got a landing strip? I said, pardon? We live graciously, viewers, but we ain't got an airfield here. I said he could land on the drive now the potholes are filled in, but there is an airport near Oxford. I don't know how large a plane it can take. He said, oh, don't worry, we'll arrange everything. He's a man of the world, you know. He wants to buy this thing, and I'm sure you can come to some arrangement. Can he stay at the Preceptory? I said, well, yes, we've got lots of rooms now, and you know, we have heating and we have water laid on, en suites and all this sort of thing. May not be the Hilton or some sort of grand hotel. Well, it's not Bertram's Hotel anyway. Well, there's a lot of Agatha Christie about here at the moment. And so I said, yeah, he can come and have a look. He's a chap said he's a man of the world, so, you know, you won't surprise him, but I want a commission. I said, oh, yes, how much? He said, 5%. I said, how about 1.5% already? He said, how about 4.5%? So eventually settled on 3%. A man's got to eat already. I shouldn't do horrible impersonations like that. It's not on. Two of my mistresses are Sephardis. So anyway, chap's coming in. I may not sell it, but if someone offers the right sum, who knows? Always open to offers. If you have something unique and interesting, I have the wherewithal to buy it. I also have the contacts to sell it on your behalf. Advert over. Merry Christmas, everyone. And if I sell this for that sort of money, it'll be a very merry new year as well. And all the trade missed out on it. Thank you, viewers, and goodbye.